guys, it is Danny and welcome to this update video guys. And so as you've seen by the title, we're going to be talking about when could we potentially see our next named storm in the North Atlantic, which would be Tropical Storm Dani'i. And so guys, before I go into details with this video, okay guys, and so first off, before I head into all of the details with when we could potentially see our next system, first let me give you the latest on what is Tropical Depression Claudette as well as Tropical Storm Dolores. And so what you're seeing now is the National Hurricane Center's cone forecast for Claudette. And so if you're wondering, it was previously known as potential Tropical Cyclone 3, and this morning it achieved tropical storm status just as it was making its way inland into the US, but now we're having it being downgraded to a depression because of course it is not in a favorable environment. Just being overland is going to be helping the system to weaken and eventually dissipate because it's not getting that feel from the warm ocean temperatures. And hurricanes or tropical cyclones in general, they need warm, moist conditions in order to grow and to thrive guys. And so now we have Claudette being a depression. However, as it is going to be making its way across the southeastern US and emerging into the Atlantic, we're expecting re-intensification, but fortunately it's not expected to re-intensify into a strong system. But we do have a tropical storm watch that is in place for the coast of North Carolina. So if you're there, you'll probably experience some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds from the system as it is going to be making its way out of the US. So guys, please take necessary precautions and stay safe. And these conditions could begin by the next 48 hours. We're seeing here early on Monday, but the good news is that Claudette is going to be making its way out quite quickly. It's not a slow mover guys. And so after that, it's going to be accelerating into the Atlantic and making its way up to the northeast, and by Tuesday we're expecting it to be downgraded to a post-tropical cyclone, and it could be a threat to the most easterly sections of Canada as it is going to be making its way out. But as I said, the system is going to be weakening and it is going to be moving quite quickly, so no major impacts are going to be anticipated guys. And so let's talk about Dolores. So Dolores managed to achieve near hurricane strength this morning. The max intensity of the system was 70 miles per hour, just 4 miles per hour short of being a Cat 1 hurricane. So it peaked as a strong tropical storm, a high-end tropical storm, and now it is weakening because of course, like Claudette, Dolores is inland into portions of southwestern Mexico. And so this system here is going to be making its way up to the northwest at 17 miles per hour. That's the current movement of the system, and its sustained winds are at 50 miles per hour. So fortunately, it is weakening guys. However, that rainfall threat is still going to be there for portions of Mexico, which are still under a tropical storm warning, and even a watch further a bit to the northwest of that system guys. But we're expecting that it's going to be dissipated maybe sometime tomorrow on Sunday. So guys, when could we potentially see a next named storm over in the Atlantic Basin? And so guys, just to give you a heads up, here is the list of names that are to be used for this hurricane season. So far we've gone through Anna, Bill, Claudette, and the next name up is Dani'i. And actually I think this is quite cool for me because my name is actually Danielle Henry, but my nickname is Dani'i, and here we have it. But even though it's spelled differently, same pronunciation. However, for Henri, that's pronounced Henri, mine is pronounced Henry and spelled with a Y at the end instead of an I. But for next hurricane season, Danielle is actually a name to be used. So I think that is quite cool because of my passion and my love for meteorology and especially tropical cyclones. So to see this, I just think it's really cool. So let me know, is your name on the list for this hurricane season, guys? Let me know in the comments. Alright, so let's talk about when we could potentially see this system developing, guys. And so let me show you the latest runs from the GFS model. And so this is by Monday, the 28th of June. And so guys, if you're not sure, this is a map showing the isobars, which are lines of equal pressure. And so the closer you see them in a circular manner with the pressure below 1030 millibars, especially in the main development region, that is usually a tropical cyclone, or hinting that we could have one that's brewing. And so guys, in this case, take a look at that, just off Africa to the southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. So we have a 1008 millibar low pressure system that has emerged, guys, and that's most likely from a tropical wave, a strong tropical wave that had made its way off of the coast. And also in the Caribbean, we also have another 1008 millibar low pressure system. A lot of moisture, especially near Jamaica right there. But let us see what's going to be happening as we head further out. So let's go out. This is Thursday, the 1st of July. And so we're seeing that the 1008 millibar low pressure system that was to the southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands has accelerated more westward and is now 1014. And so the higher the pressure, the weaker the system in terms of tropical cyclones, guys. So we have this system here most likely fighting some unfavorable environmental conditions such as that Saharan dust, because of course dry air inhibits moisture and tropical cyclones need that, as well as the strong wind shear that tend to really rip up these systems, guys. But take a look at what's going on over in the Gulf of Mexico. Could that be hinting of another Gulf system by probably very late June going into early July? That would be interesting to see, guys. Let's go further out of the model, and we're seeing here by the 3rd on Saturday we don't have anything much really going on. We do have a bit of moisture lingering in the North Caribbean and surrounding the Windward Islands, but we don't have anything much, guys. So all in all, we're not seeing the GFS model showing strong systems developing, but they are hinting at some developments potentially taking place in the North Atlantic, guys. So you really just have to wait and see what the eventual outcome is going to be. But in terms of current conditions, we're seeing here that the ocean temperatures are quite favorable, especially in the Gulf and the Caribbean, and they're getting there in terms of the main development region. So as we're going to be heading further down into this hurricane season, especially in the months of August, September, and even October, we can expect to see a lot of activity taking place, guys. And so in terms of the wind shear, we actually do have a lot of unfavorable shear, which is indicated by those reds dominating the North Atlantic. We do have some spots of favorable shear, but most of the North Atlantic basin has a lot of strong wind shear there, guys. And so here's something important, and the main reason I made this video. So we do know that what the GFS is showing, especially so far out, does not have to be the outcome. However, here is the typical tracks and origins of tropical cyclones in the month of July. And so we're seeing here that the main areas for development are usually in the Caribbean, especially the Eastern Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, and just off the east coast of the US. So there is the possibility that we could have something, maybe a storm or two developing in the month of July and making their way into any of these regions and probably intensifying. So we cannot outrule the possibilities. But of course, if we do have any disturbances, they will be highlighted as areas of interest by the National Hurricane Center. And so of course, I will keep you updated on the tropics as time goes by, guys. And so guys, that is really it for this update video. And if you found it to be quite informative, please give a thumbs up, and you can also share your thoughts in the comments or ask a question. I will try to respond as best and as soon as I can. And of course, remember to always weather wise, and of course I will keep you updated as time goes by.